Hi, I'm Wayne Zell and welcome to Blueprint for Wealth Video. Blueprint for Wealth is a compendium of video, audio, and articles on items of interest in the areas of tax, estate planning, and business planning that are designed to help you realize your personal dreams of wealth and freedom. Blueprint for Wealth is brought to you by the law firm of Odin, Feldman, and Pittleman, located in Reston, Virginia, and serving the entire D.C. metro area and clients across the country. If you'd like to know more about OF&P, visit us on the web at ofplaw.com. Also, I invite you to subscribe to Blueprint for Wealth at blueprintforwealth.org, where you can get the latest updates on these items of interest. Please let me know in the future if there are topics that you'd like to see or hear about, and I invite you now to enjoy the video. So, what is estate planning anyway? It's controlling your property while you're alive and well, planning for yourself and your loved ones if you become disabled, and giving what you have to whom you want, the way you want, when you want. It's also ensuring long-term control of property and leaving a legacy for your family. What is your estate? Well, it's the normal things: money, investments, life insurance, real estate, personal property. But it's also your family and your values and the legacy you want to leave. The goals of estate planning are myriad. It's caring for yourself while you're alive. It's protecting your spouse and your kids and passing on your values. It's saving money for the long term, minimizing taxes, of course, and maintaining control over all of your property. The common techniques, they're listed right here. Doing nothing is not planning at all. It guarantees probate, which we'll talk about in a second, but it also gives control of your assets to people that you may not want to give control to. Property ownership as joint tenants with rights of survivorship is a really common scenario. Most married couples have some form of joint tenancy or tenancy by the entireties. Anybody can be joint owners of property, but it's subject to a lot of rules. Joint tenancy is a game of survivorship. In other words, the last alive controls the property. It's not controlled by your will or your trust. There are problems with joint tenancy. Most importantly, joint tenancy can create unintended heirs. And it does not always avoid probate. There may be unintended tax consequences as well, which most people don't plan for. Designating a beneficiary is another way of conducting your estate planning. The common assets that require beneficiary designations are listed here. It's basically naming somebody to receive the asset at your death. Like with joint tenancy, there are problems with beneficiary designations. Most importantly, it may create unfortunate and unintended results. Everybody should have a will, but they may not work completely to achieve your objectives. Most importantly, they may not protect your spouse or your children the way you had originally intended. Signing a will guarantees probate, which is costly and subjects your entire estate to public scrutiny. So what's probate? It's a complex process that is controlled by your local court. the court of the jurisdiction in which you reside. Needless to say, it can be a lengthy process, and the cost can be enormous, particularly in Virginia, where we have a probate tax. Conservatorship is what I refer to as living probate. It's equally complex. It requires accountings to be filed at least annually. So, what's the best planning technique that you need to incorporate in your plan? I believe it's a fully funded living trust. It's like having a packed suitcase when you go out on a trip. It's filled with everything that you need to include, even things that you may not need, and it makes it easier to transfer property to heirs. Trusts can ensure long-term control over your assets. It allows you to plan for many different situations. They're easily amendable or modified. And it'll allow you to maximize the use of tax deductions and exemptions that currently are available. Powers of attorney and advanced medical directives, as well as living wills, are really important in your estate plan, and everyone, even your kids, need these documents. The goals of estate planning, well, we already listed them. Add to that avoiding probate, avoiding publicity, and planning for your incapacity. We know what doesn't work. What does work is a fully funded, revocable living trust, custom planned for you, taking into account all of your circumstances. Trusts definitely work. Wills work sometimes. So your comprehensive plan would be listed here. We would help you with all of these documents. If you've got questions or needs regarding your estate planning, please give me a call, Wayne Zell, at 703-218-2177.